What is up, guys? Evildoers Arm here today, and today I have for you another Blade and Soul leveling guide. This one's going to be a condensed version of all of the videos that I've made so far. It's going to go levels 1 through 50. The total time to go 1 through 50 following this method is 13 hours, and yeah, so let's get into it. So the video is actually already started up. Basically what you're going to want to do is after you complete the tutorial, you're going to pick up every single side quest throughout the game, as well as the story quests, up until around after Jadestone Village. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to point out different points in the game where you should focus on doing different things to make sure that you complete the quest as fast as possible. So, for example, in the Stalker Jinxie thing, finish your essences, use your essences to get the weapon there. You get essences from a survey that you complete. In the new update that's actually coming out on April 12th, so if you're watching this after April 12th of 2017, you won't need to do that because you're going to get the Stalker weapon as a reward from the quest. Anyway, so after you do all those stalker quests, you're going to want to move through and finish all the side quests again and move on and finish the dungeon over here. But anyway, so these points that I'm going to point out, it's meant to help you complete the quest as fast as possible, and as I said, 13 hours to complete the whole game. If you're looking for what to do after you've completed the game, check out my video. I've made that on what are the first things you should be looking for doing after you complete the game. And there's also a whole bunch of other Blade and Soul content on the channel, so make sure you take a look and see if there's anything you like. So we're continuing along with the stories here, the story quests here, and then we're picking up a side quest where you had to go around and kill some mushrooms and other guys. In the Dream Drift over here that just came up, you're going to want to pop your EXP food that you get for completing a survey. We're not going to grind the Dream Drift in this video, but we're going to use it to gain bonus experience as we progress through the side quests in the area. Just do the side quests in one big loop, starting from the right side and moving around to the left. And yeah, you've picked up all of them. You'll complete all of them. And you're going to get 2 more side quests that's going to send you to a Hajun mission. So you're going to do the Hajun mission as well as the kill the mini-boss there. And after you complete the Hajun quest, you're going to head on into the Jadestone Village. Jadestone Village is actually pretty complicated, so if you want, you can check out the video breaking down this section specifically. But what you're going to want to do is you basically want to hit all the crafting guilds and do all the crafting quests, the crafting and gathering guilds, the gathering guilds. You want to do all the gathering guilds quests and complete all of those. So the video on Jadestone Village actually breaks all those down and shows you exactly where they are if you need to do that. That video is a bit longer at 20 minutes, so if you can figure it out, just go for it, just watching this one. Anyway, after that, and you've joined whichever faction that you want to use for your crafting and gathering throughout the rest of the game, you're just going to progress. You've still picked up all the side quests, and you head on to the Chapter 17 section. Chapter 17 is going to give you your weapon, your skills rather. It's going to let you pick your skills, and you can adjust them as you see fit. So after you do that, you're going to head back into Jadestone Village, which is going to be under attack. And you just have to defend it, kill off some enemies, and head on into the next area of the game. So in this area, you're going to pick up all the side quests and knock them out on your way over to the next story quest. If you can't complete the Bulveri quest, don't worry about it. It's only 1,000 experience, and it's not really that critical that you complete the quest to gain the experience. After you complete the little dungeon that's over there, it's going to send you over to the next area where you're just going to gather some mushrooms, and completing that should push you to level 20 in about 4-hour period, I believe, or 3.5 hours, something like that. A relatively short period. It's about comparable to if you were grinding. So the next video in the series, if you wanted to pick it up from there, this is 21 through 25. And you're going to go through, pick up some crafting nodes as you progress through killing the Black Ram that are over here and these stone biters as well. And that will send you off into the Black Ram Narrows dungeon area after you turn in all the quests. So when you get over here, you're just going to want to run through the whole dungeon. Don't fight any of the enemies that give you no experience. You don't need to fight Yura there. In my video, I actually fight her on accident, so don't bother fighting her. It is a waste of time. And you'll progress into the next area of the Cinderlands. In the Cinderlands, you're going to have a bunch of little side quests to do, so you're going to pick up all the side quests on your first area. You'll hand all those in. You'll pick up all the second set of side quests, but you'll only do like half of them as you go up to the place, because on your way back down, you finish the rest of them. It saves some time. It just lets you progress a little bit faster. After you finish off all the side quests, you go back up, and it's going to send you into a dungeon, where you're just going to finish off the dungeon, and then head back over to the main village. The main village, you're only going to do the story quest right there, because you don't need to do anything about it. And it's going to send you over to the next place where you're going to pick up all the side quests in this place, and you're going to do them because they're really, really quick, and they give 2,800 experience apiece, I think, which is a huge amount of experience at this level of the game. Anyway, after you finish those and you finish off the story, it's going to send you off to another place where you're going to pick up all the side quests again because they also give a lot of experience for very, very little effort. And this is where you will do your first faction quest as well in this area, so switch channels if you need to avoid getting player killed, and move on. So that puts you up to level 25. And now from levels 26 to 30, there's another video. You can check that out if you need to. And yeah, so in this area, you're going to do some Wraith Room fighting. This part right here, after you get out of the dungeon, is actually pretty difficult. So be careful and work methodically through there to avoid dying. Anyway, after you do that, it's going to send you on over to the next area of the Cinderlands, but before you get there, pick up all the side quests in the next little village, because all those quests also give really great experience for very little effort. For the next one, you have to go and grab the flowers. Pick up all the quests and do them as you make your way out there, but if you don't finish it, don't worry about it, and don't bother going back to finish it. It's not worth the time, despite the high amount of experience that they give. So at this point in the Cinderlands, you're just story questing and chugging through here. These side quests, they take a long time to finish because everything's so spread out. So you just want to get through this part of the Cinderlands, the deserty area, as fast as possible. So as you're going through here, you also should do surveys at points where the story is delayed, where there's like a cutscene or if there's things that are causing you problems. Make sure to do surveys while you wait. Over here, make sure you get the Deva weapon. It should only take you one trip to the boss plus the survey because the survey gives you 3 essences as well. And the Deva weapon, you can then use the Cinderlands key that you get for a survey to give you an 89 damage weapon, which is a huge amount of damage bonus. It actually, I think, is 3 times as much as what you should have, or twice as much as you should have at that point in the game. So it's going to help you get through it very, very easily. Anyway, you're going to get over to the next part of the story, where you have to fight a couple more enemies, and then you got to go into a little dungeon. Pick up all the side quests for this dungeon. The coffins that you have to open are the ones that are both on the right if you're looking at them, to save you some time and not having to fight the little mini boss that spawns. Anyway, so after you complete that part of the Cinderlands, you're going to go into the third section of the Cinderlands, which is it's kind of a little more tree-like, but it's still pretty barren. Anyway, that's enough for the geography of the area. You're going to plug story quests and also pop an EXP food as soon as you get into this area. When you first walk from Cinderlands, the desert place, into this place, that EXP food is going to get you to about actually right where we are right now. So 30 minutes of experience points on grinding mobs is quite a bit, especially at this point in the game because they start giving decent amounts of experience. I think you'll be getting like 100, 150-ish a piece from these mobs with the EXP food, which is a lot at this point in the game. So anyway, after you go through and finish off those quests, you've got a few more to do. You're going to pick up all the side quests in these areas because they just involve killing mobs that are going to attack you anyway, so you just have to get through it. But once you get up to here, this is the final bit where you're going to be picking up side quests for a while. And this is where you will be you're just grinding some mobs here. Not grinding per se, but this will be where you're going to have a lot of mob killing to do because of the side quests that you'll be picking up. But anyway, after you complete those side quests, head on back over to the main little camp in this area and move along to the next area. This involves killing 15 enemies as well. And actually, if you have some extra EXP food other than the 3 that you get from the Hong Moon, for example, if you were sending some EXP foods from your main character or something, that would be a good point to use them as in that section as well because you have a lot of mob killing that you're going to be doing before you get to this area. So, after you do that, you're going to have to go down and you'll get a quest to kill Scorpia, or not Scorpia, to kill Pinchy, I believe. And Pinchy's essences can be used to get the Pinchy weapon, but you don't really need it because you'll be getting a better weapon not too much further in the story. Anyway, so in this final area of the Cinderlands, this is where the quest will get complete. You're just going to plug through story quests as well as doing the occasional side quest. If you need to see which side quests to do, check out the full video. They mostly are the ones that involve killing lots of mobs that are in your path anyway to get to where you're going. You don't really try to go out of your way for collecting quests or things like that. Anyway, so continuing through the story, you're going to get to the bazaar, and the bazaar is going to send you around to killing some wolves and birds and things like that. Those quests are really easy to do, so make sure you pick them up. In the next part of the Cinderlands, you have to grind out some mobs over here to get them to drop something, and I actually got unlucky with my drops when I was recording this. It sent me back about 5 minutes because nothing was dropping the item. But anyway, it's going to send you back into the story here, and you're basically just progressing through the story at this point. You're not really worrying too much about side quests other than the ones that are in your way. And actually, in this exact point in the story, there are no side quests in your way, so you're just story and chugging. But, so once you complete this little bit, it's going to send you back to Yahara's Mirage, and then she's going to send you on off to the next story place of the next part of Moonwater. And so in Moonwater, you're going to have to do some simple quests. You can pick up the side quests, or you can just abandon the side quests. I actually went through this again on another character to double check it, check the pace, check the speed. It's actually faster if you just want to abandon these quests and not do any of them, because you're still going to get enough experience to complete these quests, or to complete and hit level 50 by the designated time in the video. Anyway, so after you get that, it's going to send you to Green Hollow, and you're going to have some simple quests to do around here. You also don't really need to do these quests. I just sprinted through them on my other character as well to make sure that they didn't work, or that it would work and you'd get to level 50 without having to do them, and you do. So it's not a big problem as well with these. So these quests, to get the story quests, you have to kill bears, which is actually a bit of a challenge if you don't have AoE, because it does take a while to fight them one at a time. But anyway, after that, it's going to send you into this the wolves getting attacked by the big wolf, and you'll have to fight off the wolf, and then it'll give you the wolf weapon, The Lycan weapon that is really, really strong. It's 120 attack power, which will be a huge boost to you since you've been playing with 80 or 90 or something like that. With the Deva weapon, and it's going to help you. Basically, you're going to be using that for a long period of time here, maybe in a couple hours, I think, before you get something else. But anyway, in this next area, you're going to do the quests between the farms because they're just simple gathering quests, and it's like 1,000 bonus experience. And then it's going to send you into a dungeon. The dungeon's pretty easy. You just have to escort the guy out. And then it'll send you back up into a top corner of the map where you have to farm some mobs to get some items for the story quest. Send you in through to another dungeon. In the dungeon, you have to be careful not to, or rather, because there's so much time in the end, it's a good time to do surveys or to do some skill management if you have some to do. And after that, you're basically story chugging the rest of the way. Just make sure you pick up the kill the Black Ram quest that's right there, because it's 15 mobs that you have to kill to get to the place. You're not going to be able to run around them. And after you do that, then you'll head on down to the final, or not second to last area in Moonwater, the watery-filled area. This water-filled area is pretty rough on your computer, so if you want to disable the water effects, it'll help you get through this area without much of a problem. Anyway, down here it's just straight story quests. Don't even bother picking up side quests. They don't give enough experience to warrant doing them. Up until you get to the point after this next area. So after you pick up the story quest and head to the next area here, you're actually going to pop an EXP food and pick up all the quests because there's so many mobs that the quests make you kill. So it's basically like grinding, but you're doing the quest instead, so it's not quite grinding. Anyway, so after you finish off all of these quests that you had to do, and you go up here into the story quest where you got to fight the guys, it's going to send you into the final area of Moonwater Plains, which is going to be the this Necropolis area. So the Necropolis area is also a lot of mob killing, so hopefully your EXP food is still carried over. As you can see, mine I think has about 3 or 4 minutes left in it. So I'm still getting the bonus EXP for killing these mobs, which is great. Up here, don't bother picking up these quests. I know I say to pick it up during the recording, but it is not worth it at all. It is very slow, and I was having problems completing it anyway. And then on the other character I ran it through, there were no problems with that at all. So it'll probably save you about 10 minutes, honestly, how much time I was wasting on that. Anyway, so this quest is actually slow and drawn out. It's just walking back and forth through the Necropolis, which is really, really annoying, but you're just doing story quests, so it's not that bad. Listen to some music to pass some time if you want. This is actually one of the more boring parts of the game. Anyway, so after that, it's going to send you back to Green Hollow, which is going to then send you back into the actual place where the conflict is taking place. So in this area, you got like 4 more story quests left, I believe, something like that. 4 more quests. They're pretty quick. I think this last little bit here takes like half an hour, and it's going to put you up to level 45, I do believe, by the time you're done with it. So you'll be able to equip the weapon that you got for it before you have to fight Mushin in the next section. But anyway, here I am finishing off the quests. You got to kill the mobs, and it's going to send you back to the thing where you get broken out by all your friends, and it has the wonderful, wonderful story conclusion there. But then once you go up here and fight Jinsoon, you're going to die, and you're going to have to talk to Mushin. Mushin will heal you, and then he'll do some skill management. To get to Mushin's tower, you got to fly to the homestead, and at the homestead, it'll send you back to Mushin's tower. And when you get to Mushin's tower, you talk to Yura, and then Yura sends you up to Mushin, and you fight Mushin. Fighting Mushin after you beat him will give you the Ivory Moon weapon, which you'll use to upgrade the rest of the game. If you're watching this video before the April 12th update, I would recommend holding out on upgrading it because all the upgrade costs are going to get dropped in a week. And you don't really need it to finish the story here, or as well as do some of the early dungeons in the game. The upgrade costs are going to drop substantially, as well as less materials required for them, so you'll be able to go further if you just wait the week until April 12th. However, if you are watching this after April 12th, go ahead and upgrade your weapons as you see fit, as you progress through the story. And yeah, so in this next little area, in these Silverfrost Mountains areas, you're just doing story quests. There is 0 point in picking up any side quests. They give minimal experience, and the story quests are actually getting pretty good at this point. You're starting to pick up on the actual story and figuring out all the plot twists and everything that happened in it, so avoiding any spoilers. These story quests, actually, these final bits here to go 45 to 50 is going to take you about 5 hours to get through all these story quests because of all the cutscenes and all the loading screens that it sends you through with all the loading. But gameplay-wise, it's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours of actual gameplay, so you can look forward to that. Anyway, so as you continue here, it's going to send you back into the actual Silverfrost Mountains, where you're just going to be running from camp to camp to camp to camp to turning in quests. Use fast travel as you see fit to get back to camps sooner and head on in through the various areas. For this area that's coming up here, we have to jump across the bars, or not the bars, across the floating islands. Be careful, because if you fall, you have to escape, and it starts the whole quest over, and it's very annoying. Anyway, after you get through that, it's going to send you to the part of the Zyway that's been ruined, Zyway Ruins, I believe is what it's called, and you'll have to fight your way to Jinsoon. After you beat Jinsoon, it's going to send you through a series of quests, which will ultimately get you to the end of the game. You'll actually hit level 50 during the Zyway runes. So the Zyway runes is where you hit 50, and it takes you roughly 13 hours of gameplay to get there. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I've got a lot of other great Blade and Soul content. If you need any help on any of the specific parts, there are level guides down there in the other parts of this playlist, as well as endgame content and guides on which class you should pick if you're deciding what to do with that. As well as we're going to have some more content coming out too for various Blade and Soul things and other games as well. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Peace.